All right, welcome to lesson 114. So let's start right away. We've got number 1. Jimmy wants to paint his door red. He knows the perimeter of the door is 24 feet and the area is 32 square feet. So first we need to remember that perimeter means the outside edge, so we are going all the way around here, the outside edge, which means we would be going past the width and that length, and then that width and the length again. And altogether that is going to be 24 feet. The area is the squares inside, and that is going to be the length times the width, which is going to equal 32. So they don't tell us any of the sides, so we're going to have to do some guess and check here. So I'm thinking the easiest way to figure this out is what times what is 32? And knowing my math facts, I'm thinking 4 times 8 is 32, and 4 times 8, it seems to match the picture. So if we said the length was 8 and the width was 4, that would be 32. And now we have to see if this was really 8 and this was 4, and we added up all the sides. If we said the width was 4, and the length was 8, and the other width is 4, and the other length is 8. Add all those up. Do we get 24? 4 and 8 is 12. Another 4 and 8 is 12. 12 and 12 is 24. So, yes, it does look like that works. So we are saying the width is 4 feet. The length is 8 feet. All right, number 2, we've got more painting. Now we've got 14.5 pints of green paint and, oh hey, I should do that with green. 14.5 pints of green paint, and Chad has 21 quarts of blue paint. And in the end, we want to know how many cups. And I am thinking that really this quarts is a misprint. I think they meant cups because they asked for cups at the beginning. So, first of all, we have to convert everything to cups. So 14.5 pints, and I drew over here this Land of G story. I'm not going to retell you the Land of G, but it does help us remember that there are 4 quarts. Those are the Q's, the 4 quarts in a gallon, and there are 2 pints in every quart, and there are 2 cups in every pint. So if we remember that there are 2 pints, 2 cups in a pint, so I'm going to write that over here to remember 2 cups equals 1 pint, and it looks like it would be 4 cups are in a quart. 4 cups equals 1 quart. So Chad with his 21 quarts, there's 4 cups in every quart. We just need to do 21 times 4. So let me see over here on the side. We'll do 21 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Looks like 84 cups. So the 21 quarts is 84 cups. The 14.5 pints is a little tougher. We have to do 2 times 14.5. I think down here I'll draw a little area model to help with that. So we have 2, and we are multiplying by 14, so that's 10, and 4, and the half. So 2 times 10, that part's easy, 20. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 2 times a half, that's 2 halves. And 2 halves go together to make 1. So altogether, 2 times 14.5 equals 29. So 14.5 pints equals 29 cups. So this 14 pints is 29 cups. So altogether, we'll have to add that up. We had the 84 cups and the 29 cups. Looks like 103 cups. 103, and we are saying cups. You could change this to quarts by dividing by 4, and if you want to go ahead and do that, feel free. Moving on to number 3, they give us a blank line plot to plot the data set provided, and we've got fifths and tenths and fifths and fifths and tenths. So first we have to put some fifths and tenths on this number line. So let's start with 0, and let's do fifths. Fifths means that there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to get to 1. So there's 1, here's 0. So these are fifths, right? There is 1 fifth and 2 fifths, 3 fifths, 4 fifths, and of course 1 is 5 fifths. Now we also need some tenths in there. And if you remember when we were practicing number lines on fractions, you know that the tenths are half as big as the fifths. So these tenths can go right in between all the fifths. So we've got 1 tenths. This would be 2 tenths at the 1 fifth. This would be 3 tenths, 2 fifths, or 4 tenths. Here is 5 tenths. 3 fifths can be 6 tenths. Here is 7 tenths. 4 fifths is 8 tenths. 9 tenths. And then 1 5 fifths or 10 tenths. So now the line plot means we have to put an X above every one of these numbers. So 4 fifths is right here. Put an X. 3 tenths is right here. There's an X. Here's another 4 fifths, so I need another X. 5 fifths is the same as 1. 3 fifths, no, 3 fifths, 3 fifths, here's 3 fifths. And finally, 2 tenths. 2 tenths we said was the same as 1 fifth. So there we go. Got our line plot. Okay, number 4, determine which numbers are prime or composite. So prime means the only way to do it is 1 times the number equals the number. Composite, there's more than one way. So I got out a multiplication chart. Here you go. And I can see that it's pretty easy to find 45, 9 times 5, and 77 is in there, 7 times 11. 29 is harder to find, and I made this chart all the way to 15 just in case. 2 times 15 is 30, so we can get pretty close to 29. But there is just no 29 on this chart, so the only way to get to 29 is 1 times 29, which makes it prime. The other two, we found other ways to do it. 9 times 5 for 45, and 7 times 11. So these two are composite. Okay, that's it for lesson 114.